Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thanks so much for watching today. And I wanted to go back and revisit that idea of collab makeup. I have been kind of going through my makeup collection and going, oh, I haven't used you in a while. Oh, I haven't used you in a while. I haven't used you. And the next thing I realized is that a lot of these palettes were collaborations. And it's not just palettes, but products in general. Things that I purchased because I was inspired to because of a influencer or a YouTuber, and then I realized I hadn't touched it in a while. And I've already done one, and if you're interested in seeing that, I will make sure and link it up above for you. I'll also put it down below in the description box. But this idea has been interesting to me because some of these, as I'm going through looking at them, like, yep, used you once or twice, and I have never really explored the potential. Now, this product today I have used more than once or twice, and it's definitely one that's very familiar to me and that I love a lot. So it's the Dream Street palette from Colourpop. It's the collab with Kathleen Lights, and I think this palette is just gorgeous. And I mean, if you look at it, you can tell I've used it a lot. Now, I have a lot of eyeshadows, so I can't say I've used all of them like to their full capacity. I haven't hit pan on a shadow in, I don't know, decades, since I started like collecting more and more and more. But I wanted to go back. I haven't used this one, I don't know, maybe since early winter, maybe late fall, early winter, like November, December time. And I thought I'd go back and see what sort of a look we could do today. And I'm not gonna lie, I miss the fact that these smaller palettes don't have mirrors, but that's what I have mirrors for. All right, so I've done the rest of my face. If you're interested, I'll leave all of that information down below. Thanks for watching, thanks for being subscribed, and I'm just gonna jump right in. I'm gonna take, I'm not gonna look at the names, I'm just gonna take this guy here, and we're gonna plop that in the crease. I'm not gonna lie, there have been days when I'm doing such a minimal look that that's the only thing I will do. I'll put a little bit of this medium brown in the crease and call it quits. I know that's a super lazy eye look, but I've done it. And if you've done it before too, let me know down below. Okay, so let's see if we can make this just a little more exciting. I think I'm gonna go with this more kind of warmish. Maybe I'll mix these two here together, like these two here. So I'm gonna do something that I haven't done before, and I hope it turns out okay. Along with kind of revisiting some collab makeup, I've also been trying to push my beauty boundaries, and one of my boundaries is blue eyeshadow. I'll use blue eyeshadow as like an accentuation on the lower lash line, or as an eyeliner, or a really pale blue kind of like in the inner third of the eyelid. I try and use it minimally, although I love the shade. Like, blue is one of my favorite colors, but I'm always worried that a really bright blue eye look is gonna make me feel like a throwback to the 80s, when blue eyeshadow is at its most beautiful and most horrifying. So I'm gonna take this guy right here. This is Mermaid Boy, and I'm gonna pack it on the lid. We're gonna see where we are. Pray for me. I'm not sure if this is going to be a good idea, but I'm going to take this kind of darkest teal here. This one's called Water Bearer, and I'm going to plop that just kind of like a little bit on the outside edge, see if I can blend these warmer colors and this more teal here together. Kind of smoke it out just a hair. I'm going to throw a little bit of that light medium brown on my lower lash line. I'm going to take a little bit of the darkest brown in here. This guy right here on kind of like a little flat eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to kind of push it right into the lower lash line. Last thing I'm going to do, and I hope this doesn't really ruin it, is I'm going to take this metallic shade here. It's called Kaleidoscope, on kind of like a short bristled, and I'm going to pack it in on the inner corner here. Oh, that's pretty. More of that, please. So I'm going to throw on some eyeliner and some mascara, and I'll be right back. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw on one of the lipsticks that Kathleen collabed with Colourpop on. This one is called Aquarius. I think out of all the lipsticks, this one's my favorite because even though it is a lippy stick, it is the cream formula, and the cream formula in the lippy stick, I think, is still my favorite. I would say it would be the sheer in the lippy stick, but they don't make that anymore. I don't know why, it was beautiful. I think this is the one I used the most out of all of my lippy sticks, and I do love the lippy stick formula, but this shade is like my ideal nude. It's not too peach, because nudes that lean a little too peach on me can make me look like death on a cracker. I love the formula of this because it's creamy, it's beautiful, it's a beautiful shade, and it really kind of helps to balance out if I have like a darker eye look like I have on today, or it really does help to bring my complexion to life if I'm not wearing anything but a lipstick, because there are days that I'm like, I gotta go run an errand and I'll put on my dark sunglasses and this lipstick and I'm like, I'm good. I just don't take off my glasses. But I love this lipstick. And you know what's funny is that looking at this look here, it's definitely outside of my comfort zone, but it is really pretty. So I feel like this palette is very well designed. The colors really go together well. And normally I live more in this kind of more nude tones. Like I just kind of go all the way around and down, and I usually skip this one here, Kaleidoscope, but I don't live much in this area, and I thought I wanted to try that today because although I've used either one of these blues for like lower lash line or eyeliner, I hadn't ever really used them on the lids like for a full impact colorful look. And normally, like I don't think I'd ever dipped into this shade before, and in doing that today, it's a fun look. It's pretty. It's not something that I would do every single day, but I could see myself doing this again if I was going out. This is not a going to pick up my kids from school look that I would put on for every day. And I think that just means I'm chicken when I think about it, because I love makeup. With my whole heart, I love makeup, and I love bright colors. I tend to be more bold in my clothing choices or, you know, my accessories, and even in my lip colors. I will wear a bright lip, no problem, but to do a bright eye is something that is intimidating to me. So I'm glad that I revisited this. Now, I'll tell you, I think the mattes in here are gorgeous. I think they work really well. This blue here, I tried layering it on with, this is a MAC, is it a 242, and this is one of the old ones that has natural hair. This is not a synthetic brush. So this, I've had this for like more than a decade, and I was using that to kind of pack it on carefully where I wanted it, and I found that it did better, and I liked the payoff more once I picked up some shadow like this and then sprayed it a little bit, and then I got a much more intense, much more metallic look on my eyes. And that's really what I wanted. And I know that's true with most metallic shadows. You wet them and they're just gonna foil gorgeously. But I thought with Colourpop that I would get more of the finger swatch payoff. This one right here is a finger swatch, and this is the one that we wet and used the brush with. But since I wanted it in a very specific place, I didn't feel like using my fingers was going to get me to where I wanted it to be. So if you ever want that look of like a really gorgeous, I like to use my fingers for metallic or foiled shadows because I think it lays them down beautifully. But if you need something a little bit more precise, but you still want that really pop of shimmer, just wet your brush. So I think that this is not just a great collab. I bought this palette not just because it was a Kathleen Lights collab, because I love Kathleen, but because I thought the colors in here were really beautiful, and I had just fallen in love with the Colourpop pressed shadow formula. I think last year, 2018, was the first year I picked up an actual palette. I might have had some singles before then, but most of what I had were Super Shock shadows, and I still love Super Shock shadows oh so much, but they dry out so quickly, and I feel like you have a little bit longer shelf life with a product like this. And I not only love the colors, but Kathleen Lights is one of my favorite YouTubers. Anytime she posts a video, I'm like, guess what I'm doing for the next however long the video is. But I love her personality. She just makes me happy. She makes me smile. And I think that's one of the things that she really brings to the table. Not just her knowledge on cosmetics, skincare, makeup, things like that, but just who she is. She just seems like she is a ton of fun. I really feel like her color choices are very similar to what I like. And I find that it works really well, and I do like this look today. So let me know, do you ever purchase collabs because you want to support the influencer, or do you only purchase it because you're like, oh yeah, that's pretty, I could see myself wearing that? Because this was more, those are my kind of colors. And then on top of that, there was and I love Kathleen. But I think the palette is still fantastic. It works really, really well. And you can do a variety of different looks with it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Thank you for being subscribed. Thank you for watching today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.